What's up guys, how y'all doing? This is Mo from Mo's Football and your program short and sweet. We're going to talk about Manchester City versus Tottenham Spurs. For God's sake, finally, international break is over, so we're finally back to Premier League. I'm really happy, I'm really excited for this week's Premier League. It's going to be a very interesting Premier League week. You got very big games, so today we're going to talk about the biggest game. In this video, we're going to talk about the biggest game. So, let's get to it. We're going to head to both attack and defense for both Manchester City and Tottenham Spurs. And then we're going to head to analyzation for both teams. And then we're going to head to the fantasy football. A lot of people are going to like that fantasy football section. I got some surprising thoughts, so let's get to it. Alright, so let's talk about Tottenham Spurs in the beginning. Tottenham Spurs has a very weak midfield. I mean, what is Ndombele doing, or what is Sissoko doing, or what is Højbjerg doing? We've never seen them actually dish out proper passes that help Son and Kane do a proper attack. I mean, all of Son's goals until today are all assisted by Harry Kane, and most of Kane's goals are either assisted by Son or by Reguilon or by Doherty, not by any of the midfielding players. That is a disaster, guys, an absolute disaster. This just shows you how poor the midfield for Tottenham is. And on the other side, you got Manchester City, the kings of midfield, the kings of tiki-taka, the kings of passing, the kings of taking control of the midfield. And once they take control, they will score. So it's going to be a very hard game for Tottenham. However, on the other side, you do have the Manchester City's weak defense. You have Ruben Dias and Laporte that are not in form for some reason, and Kyle Walker and Joao Cancelo, who just don't perform well together. Joao Cancelo just misses his old position, becoming a right back. So that's the summary. Let's head to the analyzation for both teams, guys. It's going to be a very interesting game, so let's get to it. For Manchester City, we got the 4-3-3 formation. However, it's going to be a false 9. Gabriel Jesus is going to drop back. You got both wingers pushing in. I mean, it's not going to be like Liverpool, Salah and Mane. Like I said, they're in between the wing and the fullbacks, I guess. And you got the fullbacks pushing up forward. And you got, of course, Kevin De Bruyne pushing forward more than Gundogan. Gundogan will also help attackingly, but Kevin De Bruyne will help more. Rodri will pull back. And you got the two center backs pushing forward in case of a counter attack. For Manchester City's defense, you got everyone going back except Gabriel Jesus and Ferran Torres. The thing is, Ferran Torres and Gabriel Jesus have really good speed. So in the counter attack, they'll be bolts. Two bolts lining up, and you got Kevin De Bruyne who's gonna send that long ball to them, or maybe Kyle Walker or Joao Cancelo could do that job where they're just really good at it. YMCA. So that's it for Manchester City. Let's head to Tottenham Spurs. For Tottenham Spurs, they're gonna play the 4-3-3 formation. They're gonna play Son and Gareth Bale on the right. Yup, you heard it right, Gareth Bale. Both wingers this time are gonna get into the box because Son and Bale are really good in headers, and also Son likes to play between defenders, and so does Bale. And Harry Kane is gonna be the main striker. And then you got Ndombele, Højbjerg, and Sissoko pushing forward, helping in attack. Maybe Sissoko will drop back a little bit because he's a bit more defensive. And then you got Reguilon and Doherty, who are going to provide amazing crosses to the three heading specialties. I mean, you got Kane. I mean, okay, Son is not a header specialty, but Kane and Bale are really, really good at headers, and they are, header specialty. And these two center backs are gonna push forward because in case of a counter attack, they'll be able to stop it. For Tottenham's defense, I think everyone's gonna drop back except Kane and Bale, because Kane is the striker and Bale has a lot more speed compared to Heung-min Son. So I do believe that everyone's just gonna drop back, play very defensively, because Man City is going to control the midfield, so they're going to play really, really defensively, especially in the midfielding lines. That's it for the analysis for both teams. Let's head to predictions. Pew, pew, pew. For predictions, guys, I do believe it's going to be a Manchester City win. Look, guys, I mean, to be honest with you, Tottenham has a really weak midfield. It's just shaky, horrible. They will not be able to control the ball. So Manchester City will use that to their favor, and they will win the game. I mean, the only way that it could end up as a tie is if Ruben Dias and Laporte are having a horrible day, and so is Cancelo and Kyle Walker. if they're having a horrible day, Kane and Son and Bale could actually make a difference. But other than that, I don't see anything else happening except the Manchester City win, especially with Ferran Torres' amazing form and Gabriel Jesus' skills and passing ability, and so is Kevin De Bruyne's in form. He's been in form lately. 8 games, 7 assists, 1 goal. That's amazing. So yeah. Well, this brings us to an end. Let's head to fantasy football to know who could you get this week and who could help you in the coming weeks. Let's go, guys. So let's be honest, guys. From the beginning, Manchester City is gonna have really easy games after the Tottenham game. You're gonna play, I think, Burnley and Brighton, something like that. So it's gonna be a really easy game for really easy couple of weeks for Manchester City. So who could you get? I'm suggesting Kevin De Bruyne, of course, and the underdog of the fantasy of this game is gonna be Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres is, I believe, he's gonna do a huge impact this week and in the coming weeks too. And for Tottenham's side, obviously the Kane and Son duo does not leave my team. And Gareth Bale, I believe Gareth Bale could do something if he actually plays. And you got Reguilon, who has amazing crosses. So if you guys want someone in Tottenham's defense, get Reguilon, but it could be quite risky because I don't believe Tottenham will end up with a clean sheet. Thank you guys for reaching to the end of the video. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys found it useful. And seriously, guys, good luck in this week's fantasy. If you get 50 to 60 points, that's very, 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 very acceptable. Just because everyone has a lot of injuries in their team. So good luck, guys. Wish you the best in this week's fantasy. And see you soon.